Kreutz Bazaar. Memories of the explosion that toppled the technology facility. Keep your company on the ride back to the Kreutz Bazaar. You barely managed to outrun the blast. Now the facility lies buried under thousands of kilograms of twisted rebar and reinforced concrete. No doubt a considerable blow to Az Technology's activities here in Berlin. Mission successful. It's time to get paid. So honestly, I was kind of expecting something a bit more on the level of like we're making like an army to take over the world or something. Not so much human slave testing. But yeah, it's bad, but it seems kind of standard in this universe. Right? I mean, this is a thing where you just shoot people because you look at them because they look at you the wrong way. Your PDA rings in the face of your fixer. Paul Emsel appears on screen. I've uncovered some terrible information. The team is assembled in the safe house. Please meet with us there when you're able. What objectives do I have? Notify Luca Dwyer that his task is complete. Turn the data to the shotgun roll and writer payphone. Find someone to decipher the Az Technology data. Decide what to do with it. Oh, I have a ton of karma. Ranged combat. So I can use that gun. And I have 14 more. Well, now I can aim with a shotgun. Do I have that already? I think I have that already. Well, I'll aim with the SMG. What's this do? Reloading costs 0 AP. Okay. That's worth it. 7. Perfect. Okay. That's why I had the bad SMG, because I couldn't use the good one, which I'm pretty sure I bought. Alright, Iger gains a customized Ranger Arms SM3, damage 20, capacity 5, armor piercing 2. That's sniper rifle, right? Yes, sharpshooter. Huntress, wire reflexes, adds +1 movement, passive. When triggered, user will dodge the first attack against them each round. Cool. Wait, passive. How could it be passive if you have to activate it? Whatever. Duration 3, cooldown 4. Dodging the first attack against them each round is great. So is this rifle. I'll think about it. Radius of electrocore spell is increased by 1 tile in all directions. That's sometimes more of a hindrance than a help. Electrocore spell now costs 1 AP to cast. Yes. That should always be the case. Adrenal pump lasts 1 additional round for a total of 4 rounds, cooldown 5. Laura can use her adrenal pump on a downed ally to revive them at 25% HP. Shares a cooldown with a regular adrenal pump ability, cooldown 5. Well, why would you not? Why would you ever choose the other one? Some of these are just like so obvious. Blitzgern's Fairlight Excalibur Cyber deck replacing his own Virtua X deck. I don't know what the stats are on those, so okay, sure. Blitz gains a hydraulic jack cyberware, increasing his move speed by 4 as a 0 AP action. Duration run 1 round. I'm also not sure what move speed is because it doesn't increase your AP. Maybe it makes you, or it lets you move farther. I am not sure. Cyber deck. Let's go with that. Oh, and sharpshooter. Is that everybody? Yes. So let's go to that payphone. And I think asking Amsel would be the best way to find out about that other thing. Call up the As Technology project data on your PDA, and its tiny display window fills with foreign words and symbols. Handing over the Blood Mage's research, whatever it is, would be as easy as initiating a data upload. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is to expose what they're doing or if it's like a WikiLeaks style thing where it's like now everybody knows how to build a bomb. I think it's more of the former, but whatever. We need the money. The machine accepts the data upload, and only a few moments later, a certified cred stick is sped out of the coin slot. The phone's LCD readout displays the text: freedom, equality, information, Shackwell and Ryder. Oh. I guess that clears the other thing too. Turn the data, or decide to do the data. Probably should have figured out what it was first. How do I notify Luca Dwyer that his task is complete? Maybe the computer. Looks like maybe. Ooh, everybody's all crowded around in a group. Sounds important. Check your inbox. You have unread messages. One last DVD. The screen flicks to life and Elite's face appears. She wears a plastic smile. Hi again, Analog. Well, I've recovered one last DVD for you, but I'm afraid that's all you're gonna get. You might as well use the rest as coasters. They're all beyond repair. If you look on the table beside your DVD player, you'll find the discette I salvaged. I never looked at the last one. I don't think. She pauses. A slight frown crosses her face. To be completely honest, that was a lie. To recover this last disc, I was forced to subcontract. Shradi is still a brute of a man. I am unimpressed with his manner, and his poor hygiene disgusts me. But he is very good with old things such as this. All credit where it's due. The message ends and the image fades. You find yourself back at your inbox. You have one unread message. Your continued assistance. Shackwell and Ryder to Analog. Thank you for your service. As a sign of our appreciation, we have decided to reward you with a piece of biotech that one of our operatives acquired on a recent job. If you wish to take advantage of this, go see Dr. Esquivel. The implantation surgery has already been paid for, so there will be no cost to you. Thanks again for your help, and enjoy your new toy! Freedom, equality, information, Sharkwallen Writer. Open the jobs directory. Claim payment for as technology. This job's finished. If you are receiving this message, I have fled the country or am otherwise unavailable. Don't worry, you're still getting paid. I've made the appropriate preparations. In any case, Analog, thank you for helping me. Please do not attempt to contact me again. As far as the world and my former employers are concerned, I am buried under a ton of rubble. It's best that I remain that way. Goodbye. Yvonne Jimenez, aka Frau Mueller. A moment later, a second message pops into your inbox, your payment details. Payment from client, $36,000. Deductions from crew salary, $9,600. Ammunition request supply costs, $2,400. Automatic deduction for Alice funds, $18,000. Okay, we're almost there. Remainder sent to Analog's account, $6,000. View active and pending jobs. Pending farmer cleanup job. We'll see. Check the status of the Alice fund. We did it. Okay. Access the Shadowrun BBS. Search for, well, post-pay data for sale. Do I have any? No, there was some that I had before, so it should be back now. OTK financial records. Yeah, 441. Great. Search for relevant keywords. Kaboom. You feel that shake a few hours ago? Not an earthquake. ASI facility went sky high downtown. Boom. Can you see the smoke from here? Can't see the smoke from here. A friend of mine down there says it was a power spike that blew their generators. I doubt it. Only Shadowrunners have that sense of flair. Oh yeah. You're kidding me. That huge one that sprung up 6 months ago? Places must have cost millions to build. If it was runners, hope they got a major payday. No, not really. I'm maybe above average. No way I'd go down anywhere near an ASI facility without a trunk full of ammo and a mage watching my back. Honestly, the power spike version sounds more likely. I've walked past that facility and they have guards posted at the door 24/7, not to mention the automated turret systems backing them up. No way someone would got paid to waltz through that scheisse. No way. So dig this. Apparently there were some survivors wandering down a U-Bahn station near the blast site. Some Boomona folks approached to see if they had they had accounts. Okay. Some typos. Then one of them said they had to keep running, and then they took off down the tunnel. Well, sure, with the blast of that magnitude, they were probably all in shock. Found another post about a bunch of glassy-eyed people wandering around. It said that they were all wearing hospital gowns. The Boomona people must have hooked them up. They keep all kinds of medical gear in the rescue wagons. Maybe, or maybe they were ASI guinea pigs. Help me find my daughter. Help me find my daughter. She ran away from home. She's human in her early 20s with short blonde hair and data jack. She was last seen wearing a light blue dress. This is not exactly the place to be looking for missing kids. How did you even get in here? I paid good money to get on here. I was told you people could help. If you got the Nuya and you came to the right place, I sent you a number that you can reach me at. The old help me find my missing kid routine, a classic. My money is on escaped wage slave. Just make sure you do your homework, Ruby. Corp tracers. Anyone have a good backup plan when you get stuck with a tracer? Barely managed to bug out of my apartment after a Corp hit squad came knocking. Lesson learned. Pat yourself down a couple times. Make sure you don't have a tail. But if I miss something, I'd rather keep my safe houses, you know, safe. I've had good luck with RF blockers. I have a jamming grid set up near my safe house. It projects any signals to a few miles away where I've got some cameras placed. So when someone shows up there, I know they were trying to find me. Then I do a thorough sweep to find the tracker. Sharp. How long does that go on before they give up? Usually rule of threes. I keep reprojecting the signal at different locations. In my experience, they give up after the third one is a dead end and stop listening to that RF signal. Okay. That should be it. Let's switch out these guns. Yeah, get rid of that. And take this one. Yes. Okay. Confirm. Alright. What's going on? Wait. Watch these DVDs. Did I watch the third one? I think I might have actually. Yeah, I watched this. Okay, check the DVD. Oh, the fourth DVD. Play track 1. The DVD ramps up to speed, filling the air with a shrill, whining sound. Green Winter's face appears on the screen. Timestamp on the video reads 2054-28. This is it. The interview. Took some digging to find it, but here it is. My big brother back in his prime. The note disappears, and for a moment, the screen goes blank. Suddenly, image of a news correspondent flashes onto the screen, accompanied by a brief orchestral flourish. The timestamp on the upper right corner of the screen reveals the date, August 22nd, 2012. Thank you for joining us. We are coming to you live from the ruins of Sangerhausen, the 5th Harz mountain town to be sacked by the Dragon Firestring. Standing by my side is the head of Deal Defense, Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Dr. Vauclair has been hailed as a leader in the effort to bring down Firestring and end her reign of terror. Dr. Vauclair, tell us about your efforts to bring down the dragon. Why is he blue? Killing the monster has proven difficult, to say the least. Her speed and maneuverability in the air are extraordinary. Her scales repel small arms fire, and her breath can melt steel. Our R&D teams have been working around the clock to devise a weapon capable of downing the beast. In the interim, we are providing material support for the Luftwaffe's attempts to shoot her down via conventional means. Why did I just assume that he, killed her with a sword? What a dumb assumption to make. Herr Vauclair, why are you directing Deal Defense's energies to the killing of Firestring? Are there corporate interests at play in this? Corporate interests? No, this is a matter of human interest. Innocent lives are being extinguished at an appalling rate. I am in a position to help put an end to their slaughter, and so I must. It really is that simple. Dr. Vauclair, you must understand my skepticism. Our viewers aren't looking for a PR statement. They must come to the truth, for us to the truth. I'm afraid that I don't have time to go back and forth on this. Your viewers can think whatever they wish. My concern is helping the people affected by this tragedy. In that case, Dr. Vauclair, I thank you for sharing your valuable time with us. You're very welcome. To the viewers at home, stay safe and watch the skies. Salvation is coming, I promise. Again, that was Dr. Adrian Vauclair, CEO of Deal Defense. Dr. Vauclair is the chief architect of the military's current plan to bring down the Dragon Firestring. Stay tuned for more late-breaking news on the battle for the Harz Mountains. We'll be right back. Track 2. Timestamp on the video reads 2054-11-17. Holy shit, I just stumbled onto some of Adrian's old lab notes. I'm not going to say how I came across these. Someone might get hurt if the wrong people watch this. But I've checked them against some of Adrian's old handwriting samples and they're legitimate. Holy shit, this is big. Alright, okay, back up, slow down, breathe. He takes a moment to calm himself. Okay, so these notes, they pretty much confirm something that I'd always suspected. The Luftwaffe didn't shoot down Firestring. I mean, they tried. They pumped thousands of rounds out of the air around her, and they lobbed rockets at her for months. Lost a lot of attack helicopters and fighter craft in that process. But none of the things were responsible for taking her down. The Dragonfall was caused by an experimental warhead, one that Adrian and his Deal Defense think tank designed. I don't understand the science of it, not even a little bit, but from what I can piece together, it looks like they designed some sort of chemical radiological agent that acts on the metagene. I don't think that they fully understood what they were doing. It was 2012 after all. I mean, the process worked, but I don't know if they understood why it worked. Anyway, when a warhead full of this stuff comes into contact with a dual-natured creature, like a dragon, say, it drives a wedge between the creature's physical and astral forms. The body gets put into a sort of hibernation state and the spirit is forced out. It also looks like this process can maintain that state of separation indefinitely, and that's a pretty horrifying thought. A discorporated body is supposed to die in a few hours. I've heard horror stories about ghost-walking mages getting trapped in astral space, unable to rejoin with their meat. I heard they went crazy from the pain. If what I'm reading is accurate, it's entirely possible the Feuerschwing has been trapped outside of her body for over 40 years. Winters pushes his chair back and slaps the table in front of him. This is why Adrian was always so cagey about the subject of Feuerschwing after the Dragonfall. He knew for a fact that she was still alive, even if only technically. Her body crashed down into the SOX, sure, but she wasn't dead. The government wouldn't let Adrian tell the public about any of this, of course. It'd interfere with the lie they were feeding us, that the Firewing was dead and that everyone was safe and the people should stop hiding in their basements and get back to work again. But privately, he always said that she was still out there, somewhere deep in the SOX. I'd always thought that he was paranoid, but I was wrong. He knew. So, what does all this mean? It means that the stories I got from Ghost Rats suddenly sound a lot more plausible. It means that Feuerschwing is definitely alive, and that Adrian's disappearance is unquestionably tied to her survival. It also means that Germany is in deep shit, because if Feuerschwing is still alive, it's only a matter of time before she rears her ugly head again. Okay, that's enough for one night. I'm gonna go get drunk. The screen abruptly goes blank as the video cuts off. A few moments later, you find yourself returned to the menu screen. Track 3. Timestamp on the video reads 20:33:05:15. He looks younger than you've ever seen him, but from the way he's carrying himself, he's clearly drunk. Look, Adrian, I understand you. Lord knows I do, but you've got to drop this dragon fixation. People are starting to talk. There's a camera cut and you find yourself looking at a young, handsome Dr. Adrian Vauclair. He wears a slight smile on his face. Oh, they're talking, are they? What a terrible shame. Damn, Adrian, this is serious. You're a public figure. You could lose everything if you don't keep these ridiculous fairy tales to yourself. Army, my theories are not, as you call them, fairy tales. Dragons are real. I saved Germany from one. Have you forgotten? No, of course not. Everyone knows that you killed the Firewing. Stopped. Not killed. Fine, stopped. Whatever. Winter swipes a bottle off the table in front of him, drains it, and drops it to the floor. Call it whatever you want, but Adrian, you're the only one who's still obsessed with the damn things. There aren't that many of them, and they're not taking over the world. Beauclair's voice is quiet, soft. Such is the cry of the cancer patient, unaware of what's killing him. I'm fine, not to worry. I'll smoke another cigarette. What's the harm? He doesn't see what's happening, but he winds up dead all the same. Winter snorts. Now you're just being maudlin. Look, Adrian. Beauclair shakes his head. His smile has disappeared. You mark my words, Hermie. Within 5 years, corporations, even countries, will follow these creatures, and the worst part is, nobody will care. Oh, people will tut-tut about it. There may be a protest or two, but nobody will actually do anything to stop them. The immortal, all-powerful, utterly pitiless reptiles will seize more and more of our power, wealth, and territory, and we foolish, short-sighted mortals will never get it back. Green Winters chuckles uncomfortably, raises his hands in the air in a supplicating gesture. Come now, Adrian. Beauclair talks over his brother's interruption. We could solve the problem, of course, but we as a species are unwilling to invest our energy into problems that aren't staring us right in the face. As it was with climate change, so it is with dragons. I've accepted that, but you can't ask me to stop caring about it. Winters shakes his head. You're hopeless, Adrian. Fine, by all means, keep caring. Just keep your conspiracy theories to yourself. I'm telling you this for your own sake. Beauclair sighs. He looks incredibly tired. Yes, Hermie, you're right, of course. I mustn't jeopardize my credibility with the masses. Winter's expression turns serious. His voice lowers. It's not just your credibility that I'm worried about. Talk is talk, but sometimes... He pauses, shakes his head. Sometimes I worry that you're really gonna go back to the SOX. Beauclair's tone softens again. Hermie, Winters cuts his brother off. A new intensity burns in his voice. Please, big brother, just drop all this. Stop hunting the fire ring and start living your life again. If you won't do it for yourself, then for Christ's sake, do it for me. Beauclair nods, then looks away from the screen. Alright, Hermie, I'll try. The image cuts to static and you find yourself back at the menu screen. Track 4. A rattling sound fills the air as the disc grinds in its tray. A few seconds later, the screen fills with text. Use your hashtag DrollyGreenWinters. Last active 1/15/54. Sex M. Metatype human. Ethnicity Caucasian. Body type muscular. Age 50. Looking for F. HED. Athletic 25 to 30. I'm a fun-loving guy who's also a great listener. I love hiking, clubbing, and all kinds of pets. I'm looking for a cute, funny, adventurous girl who's down to party. I don't respond to profiles without pics. No orcs, no trolls. Sorry, ladies. The disc rattles again, and you find yourself sitting at the main menu. Okay. As you step forward, the rest of your team falls silent. Amsel shifts his attention to you. You can see the worry on his face. Analog, I have new information. I'm afraid that the news isn't good. Yeah, I can tell. You've gathered the whole team. He nods. Yes, this is something that you all need to hear. Oh, go on, we're listening. 2 years ago, a large shipment of highly lethal radioactive bioweapon disappeared en route to a storage facility in Dresden. The weapon was designated X-15. I've traced the path of the missing shipment. It was delivered to Harfield Manor. Well, that sounds horrible. It is. I've heard of this stuff before. Back in the service we called it Doom. I've never run across it in the wild, but I've heard enough horror stories to know that I don't want to. The stories that you've heard are correct. This Doom is an extremely dangerous substance. He gestures to a technical document on his computer's display. I've been reading up. To this day, the story of Doom remains a cautionary tale in biotech circles. Monoclonal antibody technology is strictly regulated now, and this substance is one of the reasons why. What does this stuff do exactly? Amsel clears his throat and reads aloud from the information on his screen. Doom kills by destroying a host's muscle tissue via radioactive decay. Each individual Doom antibody is bound to a radioactive bismuth-2,112 isotope. When introduced into a host, these antibodies bind to surface-level muscle tissue. The tissue is then killed with alpha radiation. This process repeats itself until the host wastes away and dies. Jesus. Iger nods grimly. I've heard that Doom was deployed in a couple of border skirmishes back in 41. After seeing what it did to people up close, the UCIS passed a unilateral ban on this stuff. If that doesn't tell you how bad it is, nothing will. Okay, so I hesitate to ask, but what would a dragon want with this Drek? Nothing good. That much goes without saying. This development worries me, Analog. It worries me greatly. I'm looking at the big picture here, and I don't like what I see. There's a moment of silence, and then Dietrich speaks up. Well, in my book, this doesn't change anything. I mean, it ups the stakes if the Fire Wing's allowed to carry out her plans, whatever those may be, but we're gonna stop her before that happens. That was always the plan. As far as I'm concerned, it's still the plan now. I agree with Dietrich. We need to focus in on what's in front of us. Whatever the dragon's larger plans might be, the fact is that she's after us. We shouldn't let ourselves get distracted by anything else. I'm still slow to respond. Finally, he nods. Yes, I concur. For the time being, we must continue forward, and that means you must continue working towards raising Alice's fee. I'll leave the matter in your capable hands, Analog. When you've acquired the necessary funds and are ready to head back out into the rabbit hole, let me know. From there, we will discuss our next steps. Iger nods. Good. If you need be, I'll be getting prepped for the next run. Right behind you, love. Dietrich casts a backward glance at Glory. If any of this has had an impact on her, she doesn't show it. Come on, Glory, let's go.